Greetings, Commanders! My name is Eagle, and in today's video, we're back again with some Tom Clancy's Elite Squad action. In this video, we're going to give you guys 8 soldiers to focus on in the early game in order to build your Elite Squad. Now, these soldiers, some of them will be farmable, others will be obtainable from events, but the most common thing about them is that they're going to be available in the early game, and you must invest in them and rack them up ASAP so that you can actually utilize their benefits and excel at different events in this game. Now, the first 4 soldiers we're going to walk through are not farmable in the early stage of the campaign or not available in the campaign at all. And then we're going to give you 4 other soldiers that are farmable early in the campaign, and we're going to tell you why you should farm them right now, today. Now, the first one, which is available from special events in the game, which is Ning Wang over here. Now, Ning Wang is available from an event called Chance of Redemption. You can easily farm her throughout this event. It doesn't really require a lot of skill rating to actually get her badges. You can also get the last 5 badges from your guildmates and therefore get her up to 4 stars. As you guys can see, I'm currently using her in my main team, even though I have spent a little bit on the game, but still she is a top tier soldier that I would definitely focus on and invest on. I've already got her weapon up to epic level, and she is incredibly good. Now, she specializes in targeting multiple enemies if they are in like a row behind each other. Now, if she shoots her active ability in a specific angle, you'll be able to deal so much damage to all those enemies that are in that angle and to the single target that is targeted by the ability, as she will apply bleed effects and deal multiple damage. Now, her passive skills are pretty solid as well. She has also a leader ability at rank 10, which will give even more weapon damage to all your allies. Her pin down skill will, if the target is below 20% health, she will apply root to the target for 10 seconds, which I think is phenomenal as well, especially versus if you have like a healer that has to go all the way to heal somebody on the battlefield. They can't do that simply because of this ability over here. She is phenomenal overall, well-rounded soldier that I would definitely focus on her, even if she has only 3 ranks in the game. Now, the second soldier that I would focus on is Walker. Walker is one of the best soldiers in the game in terms of in the faction of strikers. Now, Walker basically specializes in targeting and dealing massive amounts of damage to single targets and eliminating them out of the game if their health drops below 25%. So he basically can one-shot targets if he is trained to a high level. He deals a lot of damage with this first active ability. I can tell you guys, I've been using him in my main team, and pairing him up with the good combat orders that resets his abilities or his ability meter, he would be able to do so much damage and inflict so much damage. He's been gaining the most amounts of damage, gaining MVP every single round. He is just well-rounded soldier that I would definitely focus on. He is available from an event called Wolf's Den. You can easily farm him from there, and he is very easily obtainable in the early game, as it only requires a skill rating of 3,200 to actually get him to 3 stars. Now, he is, as we said, a very well-rounded officer that I would definitely recommend raising his gear grade, leveling him up, and focusing on his weapon grade as well. Now, for the third one for the day, we want to talk about Monta over here. Now, Monta is a solid tank. He is available in the early game as well at 3 stars. I do believe you will have him at 3 stars. Now, I have him at 4 stars because I bought one package. He will be later on farmable in the game through these nods over here, but these will be in the late game, not now. However, even at 3 stars, at rank 3 stars, he is still phenomenal, and I think he is gonna hold your front lane as good as you could imagine, as his Layrock active ability is phenomenal, and he mitigates a lot of damage. You would see that definitely in the arena. I've used him basically in the arena, territory war, everywhere, especially in the campaign as well. He is a great tank, and I would definitely would love you guys if you invest in him too. Now, for the third one for the day, I'm going to be talking about Midas. Now, Midas might not be that famous, but I do personally recommend him and like him a lot. You might have him at 2 stars. I think I unlocked him at 3 stars because I was lucky and was able to get him from the ORB, the advanced ORB. However, I do think his active ability, his first active ability, is amazing. He is, however, situationally used, best used versus multiple guardians or multiple players that are crowded in some place. So if you see that this, for example, campaign level has multiple guardians crowded in a small space, his explosive drone will deal massive damage to multiple targets, and I think he is actually worth investing in because he can actually get you up some certain campaign levels that are hard to take out. Now, these were our 4 soldiers that are not farmable. Now we're gonna go through the soldiers that are actually farmable in this game and easily obtained as well. Now the first one I want to talk about is Emil. Now as you guys can see, Emil actually has 3 abilities. One of them is active, the other is passive, and the other is leader. His first ability deals a lot of damage. He fires 6 shots from his weapon at 30 ability power. If the target drops below 30% and he fires the 6th shot, he will immediately execute them, which I think is pretty solid. He's a very well-rounded officer, as you guys can see from over here. There's passive ability increases the healing for him by 35% from all sources. Now he is an enforcer, but I can tell you that he can take a hit, but not as Monta. So you would definitely need another guardian so that he can actually mitigate damage in the front lines, because Emil isn't that great at mitigating damage. Now he has high HP, but he also deals a lot of damage. This is why his survivability is not that high as, for example, Monta. So he is obtainable. He is actually one of the most obtainable characters in the beginning of the game, because he is obtainable in 2 nodes, which are 3N and 2N. One of them is in Allies campaign, and the other one is in Umbra. Now, you can actually farm him so fast during the day and level him up so that you can unlock his abilities over here from the ranks. I would highly recommend leveling him up to rank 4. If you wanted to go all the way to rank 8, then that's fine, but I do recommend leveling up to rank 4 because later on in the game you would definitely unlock better soldiers, but he would do a great job, at least in the beginning of the game. Now we're going to move to another soldier right now that is also farmable in the beginning of the game, which is Megan. Now Megan, if you don't know, she deals a lot of damage with her active ability, which is basically she puts a stationary turret over on the battlefield that deals damage over time to enemies. Now the turret fires at the current target that Megan is targeting, and even if she dies, the turret still will fire if it was deployed for the whole duration. Now, she is pretty solid, and her critical clips apply negative 85% armor. And I'm gonna tell you a trick at later on this video where you would be shocked how much damage Megan can deal with that specific pairing right now. She is farmable basically from Umbra 5N. This one might seem a little bit related more to the mid game, but still can be easily actually reached over there. You don't have to 5-star it, you just have to do it on a daily basis, but she is phenomenal. She can be unlocked first at 2 stars, and then you can level up all the way to a rank 4, which I highly recommend. Now the pairing that actually works perfect with her is Flores. Now let me tell you why. Flores is, as we know, gives her allies and the highest, of course, ally with the weapon damage. She would be able to give them 15 critical chance, also 65 critical bonus. Now, if we go back quickly to Megan, before talking about Flores more, if you go back to Megan and look at her skill, her passive ability at rank 4, Her critical clips apply negative 85% armor to the damaged enemy. Now, with pairing her with Flores, she would be able to deal more critical damage more often, and this way she would be applying negative effects by 85 armor, which is huge, guys. Because 85% armor is basically just taking away the armor from the enemy and therefore dealing even more damage, especially paired with something like focus target, so that all the team would be focusing that specific target at that specific point. Now, these two pairings are highly recommended. She also if two or more enemies target her, they will have to retarget her. She will force them to retarget her at rank 4, and I think she is overall phenomenal. She can be fairly easily unlocked, especially from allies 1G over here. That's very easy to reach, and you can farm her on a daily basis, which I highly recommend too. Now, the last one I wanted to talk about is actually Alicia. Now, Alicia is a magnificent single target soldier that I highly recommend you guys focusing on. She deals a lot of damage to the lowest health enemy. If you are looking to take out those targets that are in the back line and just basically you're having a hard time taking them out, Alicia will be your goal to take them out, especially if she is not targeted. She'll be gaining 100 more armor penetration and 50 ability power, summing up to 165 ability power, dealing a lot of damage. So she can be easily farmable from Umbra 3E, and I think she is pretty solid against single targets. Now, if I would recommend the top 5 so that you can actually build your squad out of these, I would definitely recommend Walker, Wang, Monta, Emil, and either Midas or going with the combination as we said before, which is Megan and Flores, which I think is phenomenal as well. This is basically you have to actually try all these characters and see how well they do with different combinations. I haven't tried all the combinations of these characters, but I can definitely tell you that these ones individually are amazing and combining them together would work as well. So I would like to thank you guys so much for watching, and we will definitely see you on the next one. Eagle out.